I'm Joel Ho, founder of Easy PropTax LLC, and today we're going to talk about fighting the big lie. So, the biggest lie that you're going to hear from the county, and it's a whopper, is they'll say these are the best comps for this market area. This is why you want them to go first, and so that you can go second. Because when they go first, they don't really think about what you have. They say this confidently, generally speaking, in their intro, because they want to establish to the board that yet again they are the experts. And that's their downfall because they're painting a picture, right? That these assessors are sitting all around, around the clock all year, working tirelessly and picking the best comps for every, property out of 100,000 properties. The reality is they just, do what the computer program says. So if you destroy their expert status, then and you just kind of prove that they're essentially the mindless computer slaves of a failed AI, guess what? It tends to help the board make up their mind in your favor. So, what do you say, right? Like, you kind of remind the board, the county thinks that these are the best comps for my property, but the reality is because of XYZ reasons, their comps really aren't even close to my property, or they're totally inaccurate, or find essentially like you create some reason that their comps are wrong, and you have to be, of course, accurate about that. Like their comps actually do have to be wrong, otherwise the board's not going to agree with you. But here's a clincher: if the county got all this information wrong, then you can't really use their comps, at least without adjusting to the actual reality on the ground. So in other words, their comps are worthless. And you can even go so farther than that. You can even say like, oh, like for example, but when I say categorizing, you want to say stuff like comps numbers 3, 4, 10, whatever. They're all cases where the valuation was unchallenged. Essentially, the county picked houses that nobody challenged, and so because nobody challenged, whatever the number they want sticks. So the county can always use that to raise the valuation on everybody using comps just like this one. And even worse, if you can find an example where, perhaps the people aren't challenging because they are 90 years old, happened to me, or perhaps the people are not able to access a computer. If you can find a reason that is actually an actual case of where the county is essentially taking advantage of people who are not able to challenge, whether or not the county knows it, like they're following the computer program, so I don't say it's necessarily malicious, but the computer program isn't necessarily smart, and it doesn't have a conscience, right? It's just a program. So if older people don't challenge because they don't know the process, that to the computer program, that's just too bad. And so you have to point this out because then it makes the county look really bad. So then, and the very last thing is, if you're really feeling feisty, you want to put them on the defensive, then you say, hey, didn't the county swear under penalty of perjury that all this information was correct? Like, I mean, you can understand like a couple things being wrong, but they're not making small mistakes. Everything is wrong. So the county has automatically lost this case. And not just that, like, maybe they should be looked at it for perjury. Like, I don't think that you should go that far, but if you're particularly angry, you can make that claim, and who knows, maybe you even might change how they do things. So, in any case, as a disclaimer, not a licensed assessor or agent, as you probably know, but if this content is valuable, please like this video, share, and subscribe. Have a nice day.